righty, we're live. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the final broadcast of the season, the last race, an endurance race. Jack, are you ready?
I am ready, Jake, and it's great to be here with you to close out the season and Thursday night GT racing, and it's a thrilling end to the season we are going to have tonight.
Yes, indeed. I believe you were right about that one. So,
yeah, you know, the drivers' races championship is really heating up, although it does look like podium hunters will probably, barring a disaster, take the team championships this year.
yeah, they've done pretty well all season, so pretty well-deserved team championship by those guys. But interesting that in this league and in the Monday league, the team championship and the individual champion have been won by totally different people, Jack. Or it looks like it's going to be the case.
You know, it takes a team effort to win the team championship, and in putting you know, enough solid finishes together, both drivers you know, completing that mission, whereas the drivers championship all comes down to an individual you know, driver placing as close to the front or at the top of the podium as they possibly can every race out. And Aaron Parsons has done that so far, but he has got to finish 7th or better to take the championship this season. So he is starting in 7th, so he's got to finish better than where he's starting tonight. But Kirkbride and Hefner, man, after last week's short you know, qualifying race, boy, did they ever drive away with it.
Yeah, they did. 30 kilograms on Kevin Kirkbride's car, but it didn't seem to bother him much 2 weeks ago. So.
No, and this week, you know, Ian's Aaron Parsons has got 40 Ks, Brad Maris has got 20 Ks, Hefner was 0. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Hefner's definitely going to be pretty quick.
And Kirkbride able to stay ahead of him last race and then let him by, I think, on the last lap. So.
Yeah, there was sort of team orders that were going on there. So,
well,
you
Hefner's
know,
still sort of in contention for the if there is a disaster and it takes out a few drivers, he could still get the drivers' championship if I remember correctly. So,
absolutely. You know, like I say, if Parsons finished 7th or worse, Hefner's going to take it.
I thought it was Brad.
But we do have you know, sitting in the provisional poll here in 3rd spot, Sel Montgomery, you know, in that Audi R8. He has been fast every time he's been out on the track this year. So I think Salem's going to try and take it to these guys tonight.
Wondering, Jack, if we're going to see a mix-up of strategies. Remember last endurance race, we saw some 2 stops and some 3 stops. So.
Well, you know, Salem's got softs on there again. He's sort of figured out how to run that car in softs. So he is really, you know, being on the softs, he has got to get out there early and be really dominant early on before those softs tend to burn up on him before they get into the pit rotations. So we got about 10 minutes, you know, before things go down. Oh, there's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Geez, the time is going by pretty quick here. Competition index. Chris Moses leads that by 2.9 kilometers. He has got to finish on the lead lap to take the competition index tonight. But everything's sort of up in the air right now, and it's a great finish to what I think has been probably the most competitive Thursday night I can remember in a long time. Just want to say welcome to the guys in the chat room. Vardam, have no idea what your real name is, but welcome. Glad you could join us tonight.
I don't know that one either, actually.
You know, and while we're giving shout outs here, I'd like to shout out to Al Merriman, Big Al, for putting the lead together. Chris on Monday nights for organizing our Open Wheel Monday Night Series. And everybody that contributes both in technical wizardry, which is way beyond my capabilities, and in donations. We're fully funded by donations here in NAGP. If you feel inclined, throw us a couple of bucks. If you want to join us, grab your wheel, get in touch with the CC committee, and join us out there on track. We're at Road America tonight. Oh, Vardam, French Canadian, bonjour. Bonjour, Vardam. Comment ça va? French Canadian fan, love to have you. We got a lot of Canadians racing here in NAGP.
Yeah, we do. Philippe Simard, Monday individual champion. So great run. His first season with NAGP. Good run by Philippe.
Yeah, and incredibly fast too. You want to run down the starting order? We only got 28 seconds left. A little late, I think. Or we got any time after?
All right,
that?
here we go.
Going to be a
Kirkbride, Hefner, Montgomery, Al Merriman, John Ludden, Jesse Olson, Aaron Parsons, Chris Moses, Bjorn Heyman, Kobus Duvier, Jonathan Cuppet, Iggy
Iggy Chordia, David Zahn, Greg Myers, Sean Ricker, David Pohl absent, Sam Rolfe, Brad Maris, Johnny Mack, Dan Thorpe. Getting the lights are up. We're ready to go. Ian Jolicoeur and Sergio Calderon.
Okay. Good start by Kevin Kirkbride.
Very clean off the start here. And fairly orderly.
Yeah.
You got to go a little farther back, all the way to David Zahn to see them getting some side by side. John Ludden and Jesse Olson side by side coming into this corner.
Whoa.
Well, they got that straightened out.
Parsons is still in 7th.
Teammate Chris Moses in behind him. Oh, Sam Rolfe has spun that BMW of his. Boy, seen a lot of damage on that BMW this season.
Oh, Salem Montgomery Jr. and Hefner just bumped, I think. And Salem's by, but he's on those soft tires. So you got to wonder if he's going to make that extra pit stop. We'll see.
Well, there are going to be multiple pit stops, probably at least a pair, maybe 3. 62 laps tonight. And I knew that Salem would have to really be aggressive early on to try and get past one of these teammates here. To try and keep these guys honest, because advantage will go to the Glickenhaus as the tires wear off that Audi. Big Al sitting in 4th, which is a nice spot for him.
Oh yeah, good job. Kirkbride's got a little bit of a gap there. Like Kirkbride, or excuse me, Hefner can't keep Salem honest from behind. Actually, it looks like the whole pack may be gaining on them.
Well, I did tell those guys, podium hunters, I did tell them that, you know, if they wanted to get any honey tonight, they had to keep it close and give us a race. So, but it does look like, you know, Kirkbride is definitely going to try and stretch this out a bit here.
Oh, Jesse Olson on the inside of Al. Risky little maneuver there.
Side-by-side action there. Al getting squeezed off track, but hangs on to it.
Yep.
But in the catbird seat is Olson, hangs on there to take that 4th position. But John Ludden in the Audi just screaming up the inside.
Yep. Wow, Al's hanging on to it.
Well, right behind John Ludden, although John's all over Al's bumper, is Aaron Parsons, and I can see he has got just the perfect distance in case there is a little bit of paint swap going on between John Ludden and Al Merriman. Boy, Ludden right up behind, looking for a way around, down on the inside, hard on the brakes, and it looks like Ludden's going to make that move stick, and that opens the door up for Aaron Parsons. Great action there, going all the way from 5 through 8.
Yeah, it's about 5. Yeah, it's about 5 through 11.
Yeah, Sean Ricker looking to put a pass on Bjorn Heyman for 10th position. And Brad Maris, again, just sitting pretty in behind that, waiting for an opportunity.
Sergio Calderon's our first retirement.
And he is out.
20 cars today. A little bit low here late in the season.
Sergio, do you copy? You're on air. Sergio, do you copy? Can't hear you. Well, don't be able to, can't hear Sergio. Too bad. I wanted to find out what happened, but
I think he was talking.
We have a little
very, very quiet. So yeah, we couldn't hear him over the game.
Sorry about that, Sergio. We tried.
We'll get you next season.
Absolutely, talking about next season. Vardaum is going to increase his skill before joining us in the race. Well, you go ahead and do that. You hook up with Philippe Simard. He will get you up to speed. Another fellow Quebecois out of Montreal, out of Quebec City.
So further up, looks like Salem is keeping that gap to Kirkbride pretty consistent, maybe even closing a little bit, as he should on the soft tire, especially if he's going to...
He is slightly gaining.
Yeah, so see what he can do. Keep an eye on that. And I'm going to hop back to Al just because he's right there at the head of... Oh, goodness, actually. A little further back. Looks like Moses is being swamped back here.
Yeah, coming under big pressure here all the way through back to 12th and Brad Maris, Sean Ricker, Bjorn Heyman, Gomez de Villiers, they're all just climbing. Oh! That looked like Ricker. Spun it. He's going again. Kobus takes it way wide. Now, grab back up front. Yep. Salem Montgomery has really closed the gap on Kevin Kirkbride. Must have been a slight error on Kirkbride's part that allowed Salem to grab 7/10 of a second and really close that gap up. So he's right up behind him. And you know, this actually goes all the way back to our Mosport race where, you know, Salem said that he had put in 300 laps at Mosport. to get this car figured out, and you know, I got to hand it to him. He really has this car figured out.
Yep.
But that Audi is quick as Bjorn Heyman blows by Cobus de Villiers. And, oh, he jumping. What the heck was that? Cuppet and Cobus come together. Cobus looks like he got the worst of that one. But, boy, those Audis are fast. Oh, Cobus back off track again. Montgomery pressing Kirkbride.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I posted it up there. This thing was going to be a barn burner, and I'm telling you right now, it's starting out that way. We're a little light on cars tonight compared to what we've had all season long, but it is an endurance race, and some of the guys aren't too fond of this 62-lap endurance. Is going to be a test of driving skill and endurance tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kirkbride, Salem Montgomery Jr. and Hefner really in a league of their own right now. Which bodes well for podium hunters.
Absolutely. You know, they're 13 points ahead of PMR at this stage, and if they can keep this 1-3, 2-4 going, they'll have no problem securing the team championship.
Really interesting to watch these two guys driving totally different styles on the wheel. So that's Kirkbride and Salem.
Jesse Olsen takes it off track. A little bobble there. Lets John Ludden by for P4. Olsen trying to make a comeback, though.
What's the secret, Jack, that these guys out front have?
Geez, you know, you really got me. You know, you know, in watching these drivers, you know, Kirkbride and Hefner, smooth lines and a fast straight line car. The Audi is just downright fast, and you know, nothing against Salem, but his lines probably, I don't think, are as clean as Kirkbride and Hefner. But sheer grit and determination has kept Salem in wicked fast all season.
It's funny because if you watch Salem inside the car, some of these turns he's barely turning the wheel, and Kirkbride seems much more active. The wheels are moving around a lot more. I guess maybe just the difference between these two cars, but
could be, or the rotations they've got their wheel set up at. Chris Moses coming under heat from Brad Maris. Brad Maris uphill on the straightaway. And that McLaren is no slouch down the straights either, and that's where you know, probably those Porsches are suffering on is in straight line speed, and they really need connected corners to make that Porsche work.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, Brad makes that happen.
And as Brad eats away, carves out already a pretty good gap on Chris Moses. Does that mean he has got the pace to get by Aaron Parsons, which Parsons needs that P7 finish?
Well, he's a second faster in his fastest lap, so I'd say almost definitely yes. That Porsche, the Porsche's really struggling here. Hopping back up to the front is Sal Montgomery's closed that gap up to Kirkbride again.
Yes, he sure has. Yeah, he's going to look for a way through here. Now, something else I'm not sure of. I don't know what the look at that Glickenhaus just go on that straight line though. Is what kind of a draft that that Audi can pull off a Glick?
Well, if you can't be a little closer than this, you probably can't pull much draft at all.
No. Kirkbride got a good run off that last corner there.
Right. Back up to have a second gap. Let's check in with the back. Whoa, we called a wreck. David's on, and I guess that's John. Nope, that's it would have been Sam Rolfe.
Sam Rolfe
wrecking dramatically.
Yeah, and another BMW with an incredible. Oh, and David's on, pulling her into the pits.
I'm not surprised. He was spinning around pretty fast there. Getting a little grass there. Not sure what that's about. It's clearly faster than Parsons.
Kobus and de Villiers both in the pits. And they're both rolling again. And again, Montgomery going to try and keep up close here on this last corner.
It's quick in the third sector. That's much better.
Well, yes, but Kirkbride had a pretty good exit as well.
It isn't, yeah. It's a little closer, but I don't think it's enough. Later into the braking zone. That's right. That Audi does have better brakes than the Glickenhaus. Didn't think about that. So maybe it will be a late braking sort of attempt. If that happens, I feel like Kirkbride's got to give him the spot because Kirkbride doesn't need to finish first here. But he does need to finish.
Yeah, both of them. Hefner's not that far back, actually.
Hefner's maintaining the same pace as these guys. He's in a good spot. Ludden's 9 seconds back, I think, because Ludden had to fight his way forward. And so everybody beyond third place has had to fight for their position, whereas these guys have been maintaining really good lap times. Remember, Merriman was P4. Ludden and Olsen kind of felt through, so that takes some time off of their early laps.
Yeah, and John Ludden's done a great job to get up to P4 there, in that Audi. So Ludden, Olsen, and Merriman, you know, all close in for that P4 position. Olsen and Merriman, I'm sure Al would love to take that position back, but Brad Maris right in behind Aaron Parsons, and that is a driver championship point here.
Yeah, I just picked these guys up. Able to get by Moses on the straight. Maybe that is the easiest way. Nice and close. Nice and close. Parsons.
Well, you know, it's not going to surprise me. You know, we know Brad is a total gentleman out there on track, so I know he's not going to force the issue, but if he has pace, I know he's going to go by.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have a significant advantage there in the on the straight.
Well, you know, I know that both Parsons and Moses, you know, great drivers. They must have these things trimmed out, and I've been told that they need some downforce in this car, you know, to keep it together. But if these guys could run with as little wing as possible, they will.
Yeah, leader's now coming up on Sam Rolfe, who had to pit for damage after that collision with David Zahn. Looks like he's got that car cleaned up. So he'll be lapping at solid pace. Oh, as he goes off
he's
the
pulling
track.
it off. Yeah, he's doing a John Deere maneuver and cutting some grass to let the leaders through.
Well, I hope he gets back on. Oh, he's out. He's done. Not interested in being lapped that early was Sam Rolfe. Dale Montgomery Jr. as close as ever.
Sam Rolfe, do you copy? Sam, are you out there?
Yeah, I'm here, Jack.
Hey, not in the cards tonight for you, Sam?
I got tangled up in a 3-wide going out under the bridge and basically destroyed the car. Tried to hold on for as long as possible, but I was just getting in the way of the leaders at that point.
Well, sorry to see you go out so early, Sam, but great season this year. And you got any words for us tonight?
Just good luck to everybody out there. Hopefully everybody can finish and score some points and have some fun. So see you guys next season.
Thank you, Sam Rolfe.
Yeah. So while he
Attaboy.
was talking, Brad made his way past Parsons.
And that puts the championship in jeopardy for Aaron Parsons.
How much is his lead?
Aaron needs to, let's see here. Aaron needs to finish 7th or better to take the championship. And Hefner and Maris are both tied at 127. So if Hefner, you know, hey, if Maris can get up and catch Hefner, either one of them could win. But right now, Hefner is sitting in the driver's seat, so to speak.
Yep. Keeping an eye on Salem and Kirkbride. Salem so close. And every time it looks like he might try to the inside there, but Kirkbride seems to maintain enough speed that he's not able to get up alongside. Gotta wonder when the tire advantage turns to Kirkbride, because we saw guys making the softs work for what I think was 13 laps 2 weeks ago. Several of them said they don't work past that. So, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? He's made him work all season, so you know he's got something figured out here. I can't actually see his tire pressures to see how he's doing, but you know he's got something figured out here, and good on him for doing that.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if everybody could hear that. He's on the limiter again.
Yep, he is. You're absolutely right. Very strange. So, a little further back, Al Merriman's caught up to Jesse Olsen at this point. Both of these guys on the medium tire.
Yeah, and just an FYI, you know, Brad Maris has put a big gap to Aaron Parsons now.
Yeah, he was faster. So I think Parsons had an uphill battle ahead of him coming into this race. So we got a lot of race left. We'll see what he can do, but his lap times are not where they need to be at the moment. Salem Montgomery off track a little bit there on the left side.
Yeah, just grabbed a little dust there. It's just a little puffer moment there in the cockpit.
He's really pushing.
Well, I can bet both these guys are sweating. Again, a little shout out there to Gerhead Vardam Bull, Captain Clutch, Ab Wozniak. Thanks for joining us in here.
That's Abe Wozniak.
NAGP.
Abe Wozniak.
Abe?
Yep.
Abe? Abe? Thanks for the correction there. Sorry, nothing intentional out there, folks. We're doing our best, which might not be the greatest, but we do try hard up here. And like I've said before, at our pay scale, you get what you get.
That's about right.
The action's on the track, not on the mic. And you might have called it right there. You know, Kirkbride's got a little bit of breathing room there. Not a whole heck of a lot, but a little bit.
Now Salem looked like he was really pushing, starting to. There he is, right up close again.
All the twisty bits. That glick is just so quick on the flat out straights. And a great track. I just love this track. It's a great track to race at. It's a great track for broadcast. I don't know how the drivers think, what the drivers think of it, but I've always liked this track.
Big sweeper. Peters goes through there. Kevin Kirkbride coming out of some of these corners faster than Salem is.
Well, you know, with the better braking in the Audi, you know, it's got to be disconcerting for Kirkbride to watch that Audi close up so quickly on these corners. So.
More bad luck for Chris Moses. He's falling back to 11th. Behind Cuppet and Bjorn Hammond. Good race for Bjorn Hammond. He's up to 9th.
Absolutely. So we're going to look for a pit stop around lap 20.
Yes and no. If anybody is taking 3 stops, that would be the guy on soft, Salem Montgomery Jr. I guess he'd have to stop around lap 16.
I don't see that happening.
Okay.
Not that I don't know anything. I don't know anything. You know, it's just I just think if he has the fuel in the tank, he's going to try and hang on to him, and he's doing a good job so far.
You know, yeah. If he expected to be 2 seconds a lap faster on the soft tire, definitely you can fit an extra stop in there for sure. and he's 2 seconds a lap faster than P5 Jesse Olsen, but he's not 2 seconds faster than Podium Hunters, and he's not 2 seconds faster than the second fastest Audi, John Ludd, who has turned 205 even. So that's a quick car no matter what tires on it, Jack.
Lots of chatter out there in the cheap seats there in the chat room, but hope the broadcast is looking good out there for you guys. Looks all right on my end here. And of course, you're getting excellent broadcast coverage by Jake Beamster and myself, Jack Attack.
A little bit choppy. That's because the frame rate's dropping below 60, but there's not really anything I can do about that. This track doesn't run very well. So yeah, I'm seeing that too.
So, 15 laps in. Should we give it a rundown there?
Yeah, let's
Jake
do.
And
Kevin Kirkbride in front, right in front of Salem Montgomery Jr. as he has been for the past 10, 15, nearly 15 laps. Zack Hefner in third place. John Ludden is circling around in fourth place. He's got good pace, and he's got his own little space out there on track. Not many people to worry about at the moment. Jesse Olsen's in fifth, and Al Merriman in sixth is trying to work his way back forward. Brad Marys, his teammate, has worked his way up to seventh. Then we have Aaron Parsons falling back to eighth, although he's faring better than his teammate. Bjorn Heyman in ninth, Jonathan Cuppet in 10th. Chris Moses in 11th place right now. Ian Joltor has worked his way up to 12th from the back. Haven't talked about Ian very much because I haven't been looking towards the back. Sean Rickers at 13th, Dan Thorpe 14th. Gregory Myers is lapping 15th in the Nissan, his second race, and the only full-length race we've seen the Nissan in this season. John McIntyre is in 16th spot. Cobus DeVilla is in 17th after a pit stop, and David Zahn in 18th after some lengthy repairs for damage.
Yeah, and good on David Zahn to hang in there. I think this is only his second race this season, as far as I know.
No, I think he's been in a couple.
Oh, well,
he's full-time,
hasn't finished any.
Well, no. He's had some trouble.
Also in a Glick.
Yes, he's full-time.
So, 16 out of 62.
Yep. See at the end of this lap if
Salem keeping Kirkbride honest.
I just don't know if I believe that 21 laps on the softs is a long time, Jack. We'll see.
Well, you know, turn your tire monitor off. Don't look at it. And just drive as hard as you can with the feel of the car. You're taking a little off track there.
Is he?
But Hefner's right up behind him now. And this is reminiscent of the last race.
Right.
Big Al Merriman having a great race. Currently in P6, chasing Jesse Olsen. So that's the McLaren chasing the Ferrari. Yeah, it looks like Salem pushed that Audi out a little far on that last corner. It does appear that he might be struggling on those tires right now.
I'm wondering if this is his last lap on tires, Jack.
Now, for my money, I think he's going to go. He's going to stay where he is until the pit rotation.
I think he expected to be a lot faster than the field. And the pace of Podium Hunters is a little bit of a surprise here. You saw how hard he was pushing to get past Kirkbride.
Well,
oh yeah.
you know, hey, Salem's in.
Yep.
You called it. My bad.
Oh, no problem. That was just the same thing that they did in the previous endurance races. So yeah, we'll see about that. You remember Salem actually even tried the two-stop in a regular length race once on the soft tires. It didn't really work out. He was top 10, but he wasn't. You know, similar to now, he was up in second, and then he had to fight his way through a bunch of cars. So we'll see how that goes. That leaves Kirkbride and Hefner, who I think you're absolutely right will be waiting for the pit window for the two-stop mark. So about 21 laps.
Yeah, that sort of puts, you know, that extra stop, that's going to put him out of contention for a podium. Absolutely is just too much to make up. Not that he's not going to make up some space from where he is right now in 13th, but boy, got a long way to go to get back up there.
40 seconds over, a little over 40 laps. You know, so 40 seconds. I guess he could get 40 seconds to Olsen if he's still just as fast. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's in clear air. No, he's not. He's got Ricker to deal with in just a couple seconds. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he can do. But it is going to be. Just seems bad for traffic in terms of how many guys he's going to have to race with.
Yeah, you know, on the chat room there, Bardum was asking if they'd switch to mediums in the changeover. No, he didn't. He came back out on softs. He's ran softs pretty much all season, Montgomery has, so he's back out on the softs.
He does. He really likes the soft tire. That was the one he was working on in motorsport, I think, and feels like he can conserve it, I think, and get the most out of it at the same time. So. Got to run the softs all race, and in fact, some of these guys, especially some of these fast guys, will tell you that if you tune for a tire, you shouldn't switch it. You know, so I don't race that way, but
yeah,
some guys
absolutely. You know, the car's going to handle completely different on a different compound, and you really need a little bit of a different setup and tire pressures and suspension changes to adjust for that, which you will not be able to get all those adjustments done in a pit stop.
Right. You just get suspension. You just get tire pressure.
Now, interesting, very interesting. That move by Salem put Aaron Parsons back in the hunt for the championship. Now, a little bit of an interesting move coming on here. Cuppet and Heyman side by side down the straight, and Chris Moses watching this unfold in front of him. Cuppet on the inside in Lambo, Bjorn Heyman on the outside, looking for the old over-under. Cuppet way wide. Whoa, Chris had to take evasive action there. Almost ran into the back of Bjorn Heyman.
Oh, that's Ian Jolicoeur right behind Chris Moses now.
Yeah, and Sean Ricker not far behind them either. So as Heyman and Cuppet fight it out, that's opening up the door for these guys to catch up. Ricker and Jolicoeur a little farther up. Big Al Merriman is putting the chase on Jesse Olsen for P4. But we got a real battle going on midfield there now.
Right.
With Salem closing up on this gaggle of cars.
Surprised Salem hasn't passed Ricker yet. That's interesting.
Well, you know what? If Salem shows a little bit of patience, these guys are going to deke into the pits and he'll have some clean track.
It's true.
I don't know if patience is in their vocabulary, though. These aliens.
Jack, I don't know if patience works for a 3-stop strategy.
No. But, hey, you know, that being said, let's be honest. This year at Thursday Night League, I've seen some of the cleanest racing and close racing that I have ever seen here at MAGP. It's been a fabulous season. I just wish we had had all the drivers out here and had a full grid of 30 cars to finish out the season, because it's been just superlative from front to back. Boy, and got to go by, you know, Al Merriman and Brad Maris, your Monday night host, and they do a fabulous job on Monday night. I got to say, you know, what a great job they do bringing the broadcast. They're both running 5 and 6 right now, and Al is really putting a crush on Jesse Olsen.
Last corner here. No. The answer is very clearly no, as the Lamborghini just leaves the Porsche in the dust there. Oh, wow.
Well, it does look like Sean Ricker in the Ferrari is getting quite the pull down the straightaway from Montgomery's Audi, because he closed up lickety-split, and now it's a 4-car battle there. Well, some good chatter going on out there in the chat rooms. Yeah, it's this car pack is super competitive. Whoa! And Hefner is taking the lead by Kirkbride there.
Huh. I guess he felt he was faster. Let's see if that holds up.
No, Captain Kirk threw the anchor out there, and Hefner went by like it was greased lightning. So.
Oh, you know what it is.
Yeah.
I
know what it is. You know what it is. We all know what it is.
Going for that post-lead laps point. So yeah. All right, now I'm going to start pulling up the numbers here, Jack.
All right, back in the action there. In P13 with Sean Ricker chasing down Zellen Montgomery, who's chasing down Bjorn Heyman, who's chasing down Ian Joliker, who's chasing down Jonathan Cuppett, who's trying to chase down Chris Moses. So quite the gaggle going on here. Everybody takes it off into the grass, but is fortunate enough to keep going. That's the word on the street, they say on the chat room. Yep, team orders. Team orders are good. It's good. You know, we have seen some team orders that haven't followed team orders in the past, but they seem to put quite a lot of work together to get this team set up for the championship, and they are definitely trying hard. to get Hefner the win, but Parsons is still sitting in comfortably in 7th position. We better start looking for some pit action.
Yep, absolutely. Whoa.
Hefner in.
Yep. Right in.
Kirkbride.
And that's going to be Ludden as well. Yep. Jesse Olsen is going to be. Yeah, actually, everybody's going to tell you.
Olsen stays out.
Oh. Oh. Olsen and Al Merriman
stays
mixing it up.
Merriman in.
Oh, that's Brad in. Merriman stayed out.
No, I got Brad Maris in pit lane.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so Parsons
in.
Yep, Moses is coming in, I'm sure. Middle of the court.
And it looks like a mad dash. Everybody's jumping in. Other than Salem. Salem stays out. He's on alternate pit strategy.
Right.
But Cuppet in. Heyman in.
Oh, and Salem gets by Kevin Kirkbride. Kevin Kirkbride's in 5th spot after coming out of the pits. And Hefner is in 2nd. Oh, excuse me, 3rd. Sorry, 3rd. And look at, who's that, Ricker? Stayed out.
Parsons coming out in 9th, but we do know Salem's got an extra stop to make.
Yeah, he needs to be further ahead than this. By further ahead, I mean actually ahead. Oh, it's Kevin Kirkbride. What happened there? Oh, no.
He's in the wall.
Yeah, maybe there was a bump there, not sure. Could have been something with Ricker. But, goodness.
Yeah, he may have some damage on that car.
Oh, no. Nope. Didn't have,
He might be sporting damage.
Right. Yeah, but not suspension damage, so we'll keep it on. Oh, it's Taylor Montgomery looks to the inside. Scary place to look for the inside around a car that can't brake, and Hefner's ahead.
Side by side with Hefner.
Hefner should just fall in line behind him and get the draft. Oh, he doesn't have to. Yeah, he does.
Well, he's going to have to. Salem's got the advantage there now. But coming up on traffic.
No.
Boy, big. What a schmozzle going on here just at the beginning of the 2nd stint.
Certainly wouldn't, if I were at Hefner, I would not spend much effort trying to get by Salem, knowing he's got the extra pit stop to make.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's just got to hold his position back there and, you know, just let Salem go. Let him go.
Right.
And Salem coming up on behind Cobus to Villa.
Yeah. Salem not that much faster, though. Although, yeah, it looks like it's clearing a little bit of a gap.
Good on you, Cobus. Moves to the inside. Let's see the boys on the podium slide through.
That's John McIntyre, Salem's teammate, ahead to be lapped next.
And a couple of guys who are duking it out back here for better part of the first stint is Bjorn Heyman and Jonathan Cuppett. And Ian Jokel or Chris Moses are having a little bit of a tussle going on there as Ian tries to put Chris back out of the top 10 into P11. And Ian subbing in tonight for Andrew Warner. And, you know, it's too bad we didn't have Andrew Warner and David Poole in tonight. I don't know why, but, boy, Warner has had, boy, a spectacular season this year. I sure hope he comes back with David Poole next season because those guys had a great season put together.
Ricker finally pits. Apparently he had not pitted yet. I did not realize that. So that leaves lead in P3, and that 10-second gap is remains a 10-second gap to podium hunters.
Parsons takes it off track.
Can't do that. He's got to make up quite a bit of time here if he wants to hang on to his championship ahead of Hefner.
Yeah, Aaron, keep your head down there. You got to get up there, brother, because right now he is just going to be hanging on to that P7 position. And Greg Myers, I think this is only what Greg's second race. Greg is grabbed hold of that Nissan, and I'm not sure what this itineration of the Nissan is, but boy, I sure love that driving that Nissan a few seasons back. Well, maybe quite a few seasons back. But good on Greg to grab the wheel, come out. He's running both Monday and Thursday, which is a handful.
Yeah, it is. So Hefner and Salem Montgomery turn into 204s again. First ride. He's about a second off of his pace. Yep.
Yeah, Kirkbride is definitely back there. Not can't be too much help to his teammate right now. But Hefner's just got to keep cool, just staying behind Salem. Doesn't have to force the issue here. You know, get tangled up in anything that's going to cost him, you know, an opportunity to win this thing tonight, and an opportunity to win the Drivers' Championship. I just want a little shout out there to our sponsors, Evolve Talent Agency, Fog Studios, Snowden Studios, and Morrison Lee for helping out with the sponsorship here at NAGP. So now let's take a look. I'm just looking to see where Salem pitted. Lap 17.
Yep, into lap 16, so maybe into lap 32 here. We will see.
Yep, got about 7 laps left.
He's gonna have to pick up the pace if he wants to stay ahead of Hefner.
Well, you know, again, you know, it's nice to be in the lead there, but he knows he's going to drop spaces as soon as he makes his, you know, basically off-rotation pit stop. I'm not so sure I'd be fighting that hard to hold on to it, to be honest with you. If Hefner's got the pace, you might want to just let him by and tuck in behind him and chase him around. So Olsen, Ludden in third, Olsen in fourth, and Big Al Merriman in fifth. A great finish for Al if he can hang on to this P5 here. Although he does have Kevin Kirkbride closing the gap up here, and we know that Kirkbride is mighty quick.
Right.
Hey, and way at the back there, we've got Johnny McIntyre being hounded by Cobus de Ville. The Cobus all over the back of Johnny Mac. And exactly just about in the middle of the pack, Chris Moses sitting in P9, being hounded by my hometown hero Ian Jolicor, our boy in blue, literally in a blue car too.
Right. What he can do here.
And another one of those sort of you know, an enigma wrapped in a conundrum. Ian Jolicor show off anytime, any track, any car, and be a threat. So things settling down here. Great, coming up about halfway through our race. Montgomery provisionally sitting in P1, sort of out of rotation, which would leave Hefner in for the lead, and that would put Ludden on the podium in P2, and Jesse Olsen. Ludden and Olsen having great runs. You know, Ludden in an Audi as well, and Olsen in the Ferrari. So Olsen's done a great job with that Ferrari this season.
Yep.
And good on Cobus, letting John Ludden through. And where would our cameras be at this moment?
Right now, still watching Hef circling around behind Tail Montgomery Jr. here as they're coming up on lap traffic. I think that's the closest gap we've got, although Jolicor, we were watching Jolicor behind Moses earlier. That stays how it is. You know, both of these cars are actually the GT2 models, and may or may not have more drag, may have some limitations on the straights, so not a lot of passing opportunities for Ian Jolicor as far as I can tell, because he doesn't seem to be faster down the straights.
Whoa, David Zahn off to the side there.
He's out of the race. Yep, that's it. Pulling him in.
I'm looking for him. I'd pull him in if I could find him.
Yeah, he's not in here, it looks like.
No, he punched out. Well, good on you, David. I want to put a little personal shout out to David. Thanks for all his help on development of some of these apps that he's had there. Does Abe Wozniak talk to us? All right, just hang on. We're going to bring Abe Wozniak up. Hang on there, Abe.
In the race, Jack.
I know he's not. He wants up here for some reason. We're going to bring him on board and let's see what he has to say.
All right.
Mr. Wozniak, you're on live.
Hey. How's it going? Mic check. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Well, 5x5. You're good to go. What's up?
How's it going, guys? Great job broadcasting. Thank you so much for the work you guys do all season long. Really makes the races what they are for the spectators.
Well, we appreciate that. We have a lot of fun up here. If you ever want to try your hand at it, let us know. We'll bring you up on a regular basis.
Well, I got an off season to practice, so we should be all right. But I was poking around the paddock a little bit ago, and in order for Zack to win the championship, he needs to not only win the race, but also lead the most laps. So the longer he sits behind Salem, the harder it's going to be. And Aaron needs to finish 8th or worse in order for that to happen.
Right.
Well, it looks like right now, Montgomery's in an off-rotation pit cycle, so it looks like right now, Parsons is going to be finishing in 7th, which is what he needs to do. So it's been a great season all the way down with the competition. It's been fabulous. I don't know how it's been for you guys watching, but it's been great for us to broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the closest season I've seen since I've been here.
Yeah, and are we going to see you out on track?
Maybe in an endurance-only role next season. We'll see.
Well, we'd love to have you out. There's lots of room here, especially for sub-drivers. So keep your hand on the wheel, keep your foot on the pedal, and jump in anytime you can.
Oh, absolutely. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, guys. Have a great one. Look forward to watching the rest of this race.
Thank you, Mr. Wozniak. All right, there we go. We drag viewers up. We drag drivers up. We'll interview anybody. Where are you there, Jake?
Still watching again. Ian Jolicoeur behind Chris Moses. If Ian Jolicoeur can get past Chris Moses, or maybe even if Jonathan Cuppett can get past Ian Jolicoeur and Chris Moses, I'm wondering if he can get past Parsons as well.
Well, I'm wondering that too, because Cuppett seems to have some wicked straight line speed, which might be a little better than the Corvette and the Porsche. So it's not going to surprise me if they stay this tight together coming off on that uphill straightaway there.
Right.
I'm going to watch for Jonathan Cuppett to try and make a move on both these guys.
Yeah, Heyman too in the out. Definitely advantage those guys. Oh, unless Heyman gets on the inside. Nope. If Heyman gets on the inside of Cuppett, that's going to slow Cuppett down. I think it did slow Cuppett down a little bit, as he's maybe had to be a little more defensive.
Well, two wicked fast cars, both the Lambo and the Audi. And they're closing up on, the Corvette, which, we saw Werner get some great speed out of that Corvette, but we know the Porsche is definitely not the fastest in a straight line.
Right. There we go.
Well, Ian is definitely tucked up under the tail of Chris Moses.
Ian will have a little bit of a draft there, and as he gets out, he loses that time. And Cuppett not quite close enough there at the beginning of the straight to catch those guys.
Not a lot of space between that Porsche and that Corvette, though. Bjorn Heyman takes a little bit of grass off that last corner.
Splitting up the track now, and Cuppett on the outside of Ian Jolicoeur. Unintentionally, it seems. Now on the inside.
And Cuppett having a look on the inside, yeah. So it sure looks like Jonathan thinks he has got, you know, pace over Ian, because doing a little bit of weaving there.
Well, you know, with the loss of Zabo and David Maros this season, we haven't seen a lot out of the Lamborghini, except from Matt Taylor, who's out this race as well. So, but it was fast. Remember how everybody talked about how fast it was early in the season.
Al Merriman and Brad Maris, or Al Merriman and Kevin Kirkbride get by Johnny Mack as they put Johnny Mack down a lap there. Nice and clean. Way to go, John. As John's in his own race with Costa Villa, so no harm, no foul there. Brad Maris sitting in behind Johnny Mack now.
Cuppet and Joel Gore as gets on the outside of Joel Gore, and now threatening Chris Moses. Oh, it's Joel Gore.
Yeah, he kept that corner tight and is looking to take the inside away from Jonathan Cuppet. Great handling there by Ian to keep that corner tight. And right behind him in the catbird position is Bjorn Heyman saying, well, you guys just come together just a tiny little bit, and I am going straight through this. A little farther up, Kirkbride, Merriman, big drag race.
Oh. Kirkbride on the inside. Nice and clean.
Al trying to come back. With teammate Brad Maris really close the gap up on those two guys. You know, Brad not being able to race in the qualifier there. He was gracious enough to join us up in the booth last week, which was really nice. So I really enjoyed having Brad up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the guy knew what he was talking about, eh? I mean, not like, no disrespect to you and I, Jake, but I mean, you know, like, let's get real, eh?
Yeah.
He actually knows what he was talking about.
Right.
I just fake it. I'm just faking this whole bloody thing here. Have been for years, and you guys are just dumb enough to keep letting me come up here. But I think he's going to have pace as the race goes on over Big Al and try and get by and get up in front of Al Merriman. So two teammates there going for it.
Hefner's closed that gap to Salem. No.
They're still tight. They're still tight up there. There's no doubt about it. But you know, as an insurance policy, Hefner needs to lead some laps to have most laps led in the event of a tie.
Right.
And Salem is not letting this happen at this point.
Well, Salem should be stopping soon, so.
So as that unfolds up there again, 9, 10, 11, 12, Chris Moses is still able to hang on to that P9 position after Ian pressed him so hard. Jonathan Cuppet has gotten by Joel Kerr, so Ian not being able to find a way back around Jonathan Cuppet, Bjorn Heyman hanging on to that battle going there. And Sean Ricker closing up behind them too, so shaping up to be a good battle there in mid-pack.
Dale Montgomery Jr. in the pits. That is clear track for Zack Hefner. About 10 laps. 9
though, 21.8 seconds.
Yep.
Wow, and you know what? That put him out in front of Parsons.
Wow.
So Parsons
in
right now sits in P8.
He's in trouble at this point. If Hefner leads most laps, then Hefner has the championship. If he doesn't lead most laps, is it tied? 24 for first.
It is so confusing. I can't remember a closer season finale, to be honest with you. Usually it's, you know, cut and dried. You know, this guy wins, we're done. Now we've got so many variables going on, Jake. It's way too confusing for an old guy like me. This is supposed to be fun and not really technical in the mathematics department. If anybody out there can figure it out, let me know.
The gap, my understanding, let's see what the gap is again. Yeah, 16 points. So second's worth 20, third 18, fourth 16.
Yeah, Parsons needs something to happen up there. You know, but, you know, I don't want to take anything away. You know, Ludden and Olsen running great races. They got some clean track in front of them. They just got to put in, keep their head down, keep focused, put in solid laps. Hefner way out in front, you know, by almost 14 seconds now. So a very, very comfortable lead for Zack tonight. A great drive. You know, can't say enough about Hefner and Kirkbride in the way they've been driving. Kirkbride up to third, but Ludden and Olsen, great drives tonight, boys.
Okay, yeah, so if he finishes 7th, he gets 10 points, and then he's safe. If he finishes 8th, he gets 9 points, and then he would tie if Hefner got most lead laps, I think.
So, Big Al has let Brad Maris by.
Interesting. So, we'll see what Brad can do here. He was looking a little quicker than Al. He's got, well, just about 3/10 in fastest lap. Not very much, but enough to make a difference. And we saw Al earlier was able to take the fight to Jesse Olsen. We'll see if that happens again. Actually, Kirkbride's in between them now.
Absolutely. So, Parsons and Moses. Moses still coming under pressure now. Jolkor got by Cuppet again. Oh, Cuppet took it off track. So, Rickard and Heyman got by. So Jonathan's got to put his head down and get back in the game there and try and claw back up into top 10 territory.
Absolutely.
Sean Ricker having a great drive tonight in P12 with that flaming eggplant Ferrari.
Yeah, let's see who we're watching.
Oh, and both Heyman and Ricker dancing around on the track. Out goes Ricker to take the outside.
A lot of the outside there.
Well, I think Sean was hoping for the old over-under. But Bjorn, even though he didn't have the best line for exit off there, did a great job in hanging on to that position.
Yep. Hopping up to Ian Jolicoeur, who's been behind Chris Moses for half the race now.
Well, this is going to be really, really close here. We've got about another, what did I figure? Geez, what do we got? Another 6 laps or so to go before another pit rotation.
Right.
Montgomery did about a 22-second pit stop.
Yeah,
and Montgomery right now is 17 seconds in front of Parsons. So it is going to be real close to finish this off. Now, all the way back there, give these guys some kudos back there. Greg Myers, Cobus DeVilla, and Johnny McIntyre, all fighting for P15.
Wow. You guys are having more fun than the rest of the pack.
Well, it looks like they're having a good go at it right now, and Greg must be pretty happy because it's only been a couple of races. He shed his new car weight, so he's got a little bit less weight there, and probably had a little bit of help. And Greg Myers, I used to call him Mr. Smooth because he's one of the smoothest drivers out there. Maybe not a podium challenger this season, but definitely smooth. So Cobus and Johnny Mack are going to have their work cut out for him trying to get around him.
Yeah, and that's Salem Montgomery Jr. coming up behind this pack. Ooh, Greg getting a little loose there. Whoa! 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 Look out, Salem!
Whoa!
Wow!
Greg gets all turned around. Cobus gets turned around. McIntyre and Montgomery sort of sailed through that, but yeah. Poor old Greg sort of lost it on that one.
Wow. Well, Cobus especially is now back on track. But wow, what a mess.
A little bit.
I was hoping that was not going to happen in front of Salem. That was a bad moment there. Could have been worse.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Everybody's rolling. Everybody's rolling. Yep. And Montgomery made it through there. I don't know how he did.
I don't know
got
either.
through there. I really don't.
He had a car
I wasn't inside the cockpit at the time.
Yeah.
But I don't think he lifted at all. I think he just did a Hail Mary, closed his eyes. When he opened his eyes, he was in clear track. So,
well, you know, Ricker's not Ricker, excuse me. Salem's not going to win the championship. He's not going to win the Drivers' Championship. He's not going to win Competition Index. He missed those races early in the season. So, yeah, he's going to give it. He's going to give it all he's got. I don't think Salem is going to win or gain or lose anything here except the race.
Yeah, I talked to Salem, you know, prior to the race, and he said he was going to do his best to keep everybody honest and challenge. You know, being in that extra pit stop rotation sort of put him out of there. But if he could have handled that Audi on medium tires, I think he might have been up there to challenge these guys.
Well, he'd be where Ludden was, at least. Ludden's on Audi on the medium tires, so yeah.
Yeah, and you know, when you take a look at it, that's 37 laps. Only, you know, it sounds like a lot, but he's only 13 seconds back. So I mean, you know, John didn't have quite the pace that Salem did. But like I say, if he could have tamed those medium tires, Salem would have had a shot here of giving everybody a go.
Yep, I think you're right.
So, 38 out of 62. You want to give us a rundown?
Yeah, we got Hefner out front. He's been out front for a few laps now, and he's turning good, quick lap times. So it's his race to lose here if he so chooses. Hopefully not. Hefner's had a pretty good season. Behind him, about 13, 14 seconds behind him, is John Ludden, who, well, I don't know what Ludden's best finish this season was, Jack, but he hasn't been as consistent as some of the other guys. Jesse Olsen's up at P3, pretty good finish for Purple Helmets. Kevin Kirkbride, after that wreck of his, is in P4, and he's got a pit stop coming up where he can get any damage fixed, which would be nice for him. Brad Marys is coming up on Kirkbride. We'll see if he can close that gap and make that a battle. Merriman in 6th behind his teammate. That's Sale Montgomery Jr. lapping 7th. He'll be first briefly when everybody goes into pit. He may be, at least. He's almost exactly the pit delta behind Zack Hefner. Aaron Parsons is in 8th. He needs to stay in 8th if he wants to win the championship. And even then, I think it might be a tie if 8 is 9 points. So anyway, we'll see what the result of that is at the end of the race. Chris Moses is lapping in 9th behind his teammate, although he's about 8 seconds behind his teammate. He's got Ian Jolifore right up his tailpipe, as he has had for nearly 20 laps now. John Rickers in 11th, and Bjorn Heyman is in 12th, followed by Jonathan Cuppett in 13th. Dan Thorpe is first lap's car right now in 14th place. John McIntyre is in 15th after making it through that wreck between Gregory Myers in 16th and Cobus DBA in 17th. So that's the order. Everybody's kind of spread out except for Chris Moses and Ian Jolifore. And then Brad Mary's closing that gap.
Yeah, he has been hound dogging Chris, as you said, for the better part of half this race, and that's tiring, you know, especially seeing how this race is, you know, just past, you know, maybe 60% over. So running that competitive and that close for the whole race, although it is fun, it is tiring in an endurance race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just a quick check, you know, just an FYI. I just checked out Kevin Kirkbride sitting in P4, his times compared to Jesse Olsen, and he's actually gaining slightly on Jesse Olsen, so not inconceivable that we could see Zack Hefner and Kevin Kirkbride on the podium together if he can catch up. He's only 3 seconds back, and he's got, you know, what's that, well, I can't even do the math. 49, 59, 20 laps to do it in.
I don't know how I did that, but anyway, yeah, he had his pit stop, and then that mistake cost him some time. And he should still have a little bit of damage, actually. If you got any damage from that impact with the wall or from that impact with Ricker, not sure whether or not Ricker touched before that spin he had. So he may well be faster after his next pit stop, Jack, and that would put him almost definitely up into 3rd place, because these guys have really fantastic pace.
You know, I'm looking around his car. You know, I'm spinning around it pretty good. It looks really clean. So,
yeah, just
you know, if he did bump the wall,
damage there, yeah.
You know, he didn't do too much damage. You know, not enough to kill it.
Yeah.
So he's still, you know, in that Morrison Lead sponsored car, he's still doing a good job there.
Is about half a second a lap faster than Jesse Olsen. Jesse Olsen more consistent. Jesse Olsen really dead on consistent lap times.
Yeah, and you know, Aaron Parsons is gotta be, you know, looking at the clock, looking at the lap counter, and watching Montgomery pull away. He is, and we know Montgomery's short fill on fuel. That's why his stops are so short. So he's got to be concerned. At this point, they both have a stop left, but Holy Jumping, it looks like he's got a 24-second. Montgomery's got a 24-second lead over Aaron Parsons at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Parsons, you know, Parsons is turning 206s, and Montgomery is turning 204.9s, 204.8s. So Montgomery stepped up the pace there, and definitely is picking up seconds every lap. So it is not looking really good right now for Aaron Parsons in this championship. So it's going to come down to some mathematical equation, and we need an algorithm to figure it out this year.
As it stands, Parsons will get 9 points for finishing 8th. Hefner will get 24 for finishing 1st, and he'll get a point for most led laps. And then the score will be tied. So, unless I'm wrong about how many points first place gets.
Well, in that case, if we end up with a tie, then it's going to come down to who has led most laps during the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Well, that's going to be Hefner.
Or could it be who has the highest finishes during the season? I'm not sure either, but it's going to be very complicated. Well. So if anybody out there, Hef needs to get most led laps. Aaron needs P7. Hef misses most led laps. Aaron's good with P8. Thank you, Phils.
Yeah, knew that. But what if Aaron gets P8 and Zack gets most led laps? Isn't that a tie? What the hell happens in a tie?
I guess we should have done more homework, but I thought I did do my homework, but I didn't think it was going to be, this dicey at this point, but I guess it is. That's what makes this league so exciting, especially this Thursday night. Geez, you know, I think I'm going to gas pipe this whole broadcasting and get back in the cockpit on Thursday nights. It's just been so much fun up here in the broadcast booth, but these guys have had a lot of fun down there on track.
Yeah, they definitely have. We'll watch me and Joel more because that's the closest battle on track, but everything else is the same. Hefner up front, Clark P2, Olsen P3, Kirkbride trying to close the gap to P3, Brad Mary's trying to close the gap to P4. Montgomery's waiting for everybody to go in the pits.
Well, he's had some clear track, so he can put down some pretty hot laps. In fact, his last lap was a 2:04.595. So he's cranking it right now. So 42 out of 62. Are they going to try and stretch this and go for, a couple laps shorter in the final stint, or are they going to even them all out here?
Well, I mean, 20 is a couple laps shorter. They've had done 21 laps so far.
Hefner in.
Hefner's in, yep.
John Ludden gets the go-ahead. And Ludden in.
Olsen in. Kirkbride in. Brad Mary's in. Now Merriman in.
Montgomery stays out.
Of course.
Hefner still in the pits.
Good for Salem Montgomery.
Salem goes by to take provisional P1. Hefner is rolling in behind him.
So Salem's stop is in like 2 laps.
Ludden's roll. Olsen's. Kirkbride's finally got his car moving. Brad Maris right out behind him, and Al Merriman out behind Brad.
That's just about everybody pitting except for Sean Ricker. Last pitted on lap 22.
So Parsons comes in provisional P9. And teammate right behind him.
Uh-oh. You know what P9 means, Jack? Oh, but that's Sean Ricker, who has not stopped yet. He's in P8. That's why. So Parsons still with P9, excuse me, P8 after the pit cycle resolves. Everybody's decided. Tell me what's going to happen.
I don't know. It'll all become clear as soon as Montgomery gets in. But right now, if Ricker hasn't pitted.
No, Ricker hasn't pitted, so yeah, Parsons still in P8, pretty much. Might as well be.
And Montgomery's got to do another pit. But right now, Parsons is.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Montgomery's going to come out ahead of Parsons again, so Parsons is only 8th.
It is looking like Mr. Hefner is looking pretty solid at this point.
He's got a 15-second lead over Ludden, so yeah. Keep it clean, keep it on track. Certainly doesn't need to worry about Salem.
Yeah, the chat room out there says Moses got by Jolicoeur, so obviously something happened there in the pits.
Jolicoeur got by Moses immediately, yeah.
Interesting, very interesting there. 17 cars rolling. You know, actually, Jake, this might be the smallest field we've had all season.
It is, Jack. It is on Thursday. So Parsons now going by Ricker as Ricker pits. So he's back up to 8th spot.
Yeah, and I really don't know who's led the most laps here. You know, has Salem led the most laps, or has Hefner led the most laps? I'm not quite sure.
Salem's only led laps after the pit stops. Kirkbride actually might still have most led laps at this point because he had 18 or so. I don't know how many exactly it was at the start of the race. But after Salem pits, and Hefner has another, I don't know what he got last time. I guess Salem pitted around lap 32, and then Hefner went until lap, he got about 10 laps led. And, you know, Hefner's going to have another 15, 16 laps to lead, so he's going to have most led laps at the end of the race. But I mean,
well, it'll be up to the CC committee and all the guys in the know to figure out who actually wins. But
we got to know who wins. Jack. That's
really,
right after the race.
Well, yeah, but who wins the drivers' championship?
We got to know.
It looks
Jack.
like
We're pulling him in. We got to do the interview. You got to know, Jack. We got to know for sure. Part of the job, Jack.
Well, we don't know.
The contract,
we
Jack.
don't know for sure. Contract. I never saw a contract. Did you get a contract?
No.
So Montgomery provisionally out in front. Hefner, Ludden, Olsen, Kirkbride, Maris, Merriman, Parsons, Jolicoeur, and Richter. Top 10 drivers.
Richter passed Moses, so.
Yeah, and gaining ground on Ian Jolicoeur.
Right.
and still battling it out. Greg Myers and Costa VA. Uh-oh, what?
Nope, everything's fine.
Where's the cameras, Jake?
All the way back with Brad Myers and Cobus.
Greg Myers.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Cobus caught a little bit of that curb and took his momentum away from him, so Greg able to hang on there. But again, Cobus's car just... Let me zoom in here. Must just be rubber, but that car is a mess.
Yeah, hopped up to Ricker. If he can close that gap to Ian Jolicoeur. And then, of course, if either of these guys can close about 5 seconds in the last 16 laps and get by Parsons, that's Hefner's championship for sure.
Yeah, they've got 16 laps to do it in. Well, they're turning similar lap times though, so it's going to be hard to close that up. Ricker on the outside. Having a look. That Ian Jolicoeur is one tough customer to get around though.
Yeah, he is.
So, the gotta-go-by team of Maris and Merriman doing a great job. They're sitting in 6th and 7th. And, boy, they're doing a great job this season. Probably not as well as they wanted to, but great run by Al. And I just want to put a big shout-out to Al, thanks for everything they do for us around here at give us a great platform to broadcast and at race at North American Grand Prix.
Yeah, of course. Regarding Gotta Go By, I had pretty high hopes for that team. I think Brad in particular was excited about getting the McLaren. We really liked that car, and was maybe surprised that they were about halfway through the draft order, so I was kind of surprised that they got it. But, Al never really got the hang of it like Brad. I guess he did late. He clearly has late in the season, but early in the season had trouble in the car. So yeah, they weren't up there on the team championship where they could have been had they done this well all season. But then, yeah, Brad up there tied for second in the individual championship. You got to say, if this was a track that was well suited to the, whoa, is Ian makes a mistake there. If this was a track that was well suited to McLaren as it is to the Glickenhaus, he would might have an individual championship he was racing for. So great season by Brad. We saw him win for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, you know, it was great to see Brad put a car on the podium, you know, for a win. It had been a long time coming for him. He was very gracious about it, and you know, I could, when we did interview him, I could, you know, I could hear the frustration in his voice that it had been way too long, and it sounded like he had the bit in his teeth, and he wanted to make sure he was up contending for every race.
Right.
Whoa, Hefner has spun it.
Uh-oh.
Yep,
That's
he spun it.
good. That's not good.
And Ludden sees blood now.
Yeah, he
a
does.
little farther back, but boy, he definitely sees blood on that one.
Wow. Not good for Zack Hefner.
No, in fact, that last lap for Hefner was 2:18. So he lost, you know, about 13 seconds in that spin.
Well, he has the pace to stay ahead of John Ludden. We'll see if he can get that gap out beyond 2 seconds. But he certainly didn't want to give Ludden hope here.
All right, I'm just going to take a quick zoom in on Hef's car just to. Now she looks clean.
Yeah, I think you're.
He didn't hit
right.
anything.
I
He
think he just spun it. It's on track.
Yeah, he just spun it in the grass. You know. You know, no, don't get me wrong. You know, understandable. I mean, this is a 62 lap race. I mean, this is these guys are sweating out there.
Yeah, it's a long time to go without making any mistakes. And Kirkbride's closing the gap to Jesse Olsen in P3. Just as fast after his pit stop as he was before with no fuel in the car, so looking pretty quick here. And Ricker has also closed the gap to Ian Jolicoeur. Going to try and keep our eye on that battle as well. As it looks on the inside.
Yep. Having a look. Ian taking the preferred line.
Gotta say, if Ricker can get past Ian Jolicoeur, might be able to get up to Parsons.
They are closing the gap up to Parsons.
Yeah.
You know, even though they are racing, which is costing them both time. You know, the Porsches just aren't suited to this track.
No. Really not the greatest season for, you know, when Chris teamed with Parsons for this season. I thought, oh, well, there's, you know, they'd have it for sure, but then that Porsche really not doing. You know, he picked it with confidence, but really not as quick as they expected, I don't think. Been consistent all season. It's, well, you'd expect nothing less from those guys. Kirkbride right up under the bumper of Jesse Olsen.
So, I think I'm showing it right. Montgomery has pitted.
Montgomery's pitted. He's back in 6th. Split gotta go by. Don't know what happened to Al there, but he's 10 seconds back from his teammate, so.
Well, I know what happened to Al. Brad Maris was out in front, and boy, he just put the pedal down. maybe.
No, Al had a 5-second mistake or so on lap 46.
Absolutely, there you go. And that's why you get paid the big bucks, and I'm just up here for sound candy.
Yeah, right.
Kirkbride all over the back of Jesse Olsen now. And it looks like Kevin got a pretty good run off that last corner. But, boy, those Ferraris have been... Olsen's done a really decent job with that Ferrari this season.
You know, Jack, they've been working on the tune. They felt like there was more in the car that they weren't really understanding how to tune it for the tracks. But you're right, it does seem like they figured out something in terms of, I don't know if it's gearing or aero or a combination of both. They've got the straight line speed to stay ahead of the Glickenhaus, which is no easy feat.
Well, Kirkbride, you know, wasn't able to pull him on that last straightaway, and you know, the Ferrari might have some, you know, braking advantages, although Kirkbride keeping it really nice and tight up to Jesse Olsen at this point.
Really quick. So he comes out quite fast, right under the rear bumper of the car in front.
Well, both those guys, both Jesse Olsen and Kevin Kirkbride, putting on a late show here, and both of them driving really nice lines and using all of the track.
Well, I guess after this race ends, Jack, we'll have to pull in Al to tell us who won.
Yeah, we'll bring Al up to congratulate the winner.
Yep.
Well, it could be a nail biter. You might have to read about it tomorrow on the NAGP website. Our broadcast evening, we may have the fat lady sing and shut the broadcast down before we actually declare a winner here.
I don't think that's acceptable, Jack.
Anything's acceptable, Jake. We're in charge of the broadcast.
That's a good point, Jack. That's a good point. So I'm still watching Kirkbride.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Broadcast Central is protected unless we haul them up here, isn't it?
Yeah, only, right. Nobody could just come up. Al can. Chris can.
Yeah, Al, Chris Moses probably can, and Brad probably can.
Yeah, Brad can.
You know, our Monday broadcast duo. Hey, you guys, if you're not racing on Monday night, be sure and catch the action Monday night. Watch Jake Feemster give his all on Monday night in the Open Wheel Series.
Oh, it's over, Jack.
Well, it is, but it's coming back. Monday night comes back.
Well,
you know, every
back,
season.
Right? Race
no,
the,
I am hanging my wheel up. I'm retiring from actual sim racing. I just can't drive the cars anymore. The competition level here is just so intense. It's just it's an embarrassment. But if the powers to be will let me, I will definitely come back and be in the broadcast booth for next season's Thursday night.
So Ricker got by Ian Jolagor, and that gap though is still battling for ninth place. And that gap to Parsons has increased a little bit, so they have cost each other some time. battle between
lots of speculation out there on the chat board of who's going to finish where and where it's going to be, but at this point right now, it looks like Hefner may end up with the Drivers' Championship as Kirkbride gets around Olsen to take the third place podium.
I believe the backstory on that is that Kirkbride already knows. Kirkbride brought Jesse Olsen to the league pretty much. I say that. Kirkbride's whole league came at once, so I don't even know. I think Kirkbride was running the show, but I'm not sure. So these guys will battle. I think whether Kirkbride needs to finish the race or not, but they're not concerned that there's going to be any kind of contact or anything like that.
Well, it does look like Kirkbride has been able to just put a little bit of a gap once he got by Jesse Olsen. Not a big gap, but looks like he might be able to stretch a little bit of a gap out there.
Yeah. Well,
but I know Jesse will definitely would love to finish on the podium for this closing race of, whoa! Jesse Olsen taking it wide. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Careful, Jesse.
Whoa! Big pucker moment there in the Ferrari for Jesse Olsen. And you know the way that it's modeled here, picking up the dirt on those tires, just getting it back on track doesn't mean your problems are over right away.
Right.
You've got to get them scrubbed back off again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite a mess. Well, Jack, we may not have much more racing to watch. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, we're 53 to 62. We've only got 9 laps to go.
Yeah, these guys are mostly gapped out. Looks like Hefner a little faster than John Ludden, not much faster than John Ludden. In fact, it looks like Hefner may have dropped the pace down after his mistake, maybe to make sure he didn't make another one. But looks like he's going to hang on to first. He's got most led laps by this point, I do believe. I could be wrong though. Could be still Kirkbride, but anyway, either way, he's going to have it by the end of the race. But Kirkbride's going to hang on to third. Good run though by Jesse Olsen.
Absolutely. Hey, a good run by all of them. A good show they put on this season. Very competitive racing. In a lot of the instances, when I've gone to look at penalties for this season, there's not a lot to talk about.
Right.
They've been very clean. Contacts have been minimal. But lots of close racing, which means the car pack is very well balanced, and the drivers are very well balanced as well. It's a great evening of GT racing. So anybody out there that wants to get involved, please come join us. It's great racing front to back, as you've been able to witness through all of our wonderful broadcasts.
Yeah, the car pack really was extraordinary this season. They've got, going to have, if they tweak this any, they're going to have a challenge, a real challenge to make something that's as closely matched as they had this season.
No, probably the biggest difference has been, different cars on different tracks are favored. We've seen multiple marquees up there on the podium, multiple driver wins. It's been a great season, so I'm not so sure you need a lot of tweaking to this Thursday night racing league right now.
Yeah, you might be right. We might have largely the same pack. I'm not sure. I believe the Glickenhaus will survive. Let's see about that. BMW Z4 has been replaced in these series. This Kirkbride runs a little wide there. Not sure what that's about.
Well, we did see, Captain Kirk do, he had a moment there early in the race, and we did see Hefner have a moment, not long ago. So, you know, even though these guys are putting on a great show the last week in the qualifier and this week in the big finale race, you know, they're not infallible. They are catchable, and depending on the track, you know, the Glick is a great car on a fast track, but hey, any car, any driver, any night.
Looks like Brad's trying to close the gap to Jesse Olsen ahead. He was 0.3 faster last lap, and he's got about a second and a half to go. It's 5 laps, so try on that. Maintain that pace. Brad is one of our most consistent guys.
He's closing fast.
Yeah. Definitely pushing. What his lap time looks like this lap. Yeah, half a second off of the gap that lap. So gonna watch this battle for a little bit as this starts to heat up. Brad can get himself P4.
Well, you know, Jesse's probably, you know, at this point, almost heartbroken. You know, was on the podium not long ago.
Right.
And now he might come under the pressure and possibility of slipping back to P5. So
yeah.
Late development in the race for Jesse Olsen, but still, you know, the Glicks have been fast, but you know, Ludden in the Audi, we know the Audis are fast, but Olsen in the Ferrari's done a great job. So good mix of cars up there at the front.
You know what? Sale Montgomery Jr. also will catch Jesse Olsen. Actually, he's going to catch Brad at this rate. He is, remember, on the soft tire, so he's got a little bit of advantage in theory. All these guys.
Well, you know, we got 7 laps left, and if anyone out there in the chat room can figure out who's going to win this thing, please post it up. I'm going to try and figure this thing out.
Yeah, I genuinely think it's tied because it's 24 for first, right?
Well, I'm looking here. We'll figure this out. You keep there, keep going there, and I'll figure this thing out.
Yeah, I'm watching Brad. I'm going to keep on with Brad as the gaps move around here in the P4 of this team.
Yep, the word on the street is Parsons going to need P7 to win this.
The win. Yeah, I know, Jack, but he's got 8. It's going to be a tie. That's the problem.
Well, if the word on the street he needs P7 to win, and he comes in P8, it means Hefner's going to win.
I don't think the math works out on that one, but we will get that double checked at the end of the race. I think we may need a tiebreaker.
What we need is somebody who's done their homework here, and that's not you or me, Jake. So we're in deep doo-doo here.
Oh no, I looked. The gap is 16 points. First is worth 24, I think, and then most laps is worth 1. So Hefner's got 25 points, And then if Parsons finishes 8th, he gets 9 points. So that's a 16-point gap exactly. So that's a tie. So, assuming I have my points correct there, and I'm pretty sure I do, they will be tied. I'm pretty confident. I just don't know what the tiebreaker will be.
Yeah, and you know, I'm just checking on the rules, and I don't see it listed in the rules either.
Oh, tiebreaker is most wins. That's Matt Taylor. Thanks for Matt. Get the hell out of the Twitch stream, sir, and go study. But also thanks for tuning us in. Matt says the tiebreaker is most wins. This win will put Hefner at 2, and Parsons has 1. So if Hefner wins the race, yeah, that's the tie, and Hefner with most wins would take it. So in that case, I was wrong. Podium runners could take individual and team championship this season.
Absolutely, coin sweep.
Yeah, they'd be happy with that for sure.
Okay, and if Moses stays on the lead lap, which it looks like he will at this point, he will get the competition index championship.
That's good. Now we know we can do all our interviews.
It's going to help. Thank you very much out there. I know, Jake, I know now the guys out there in the chat room are saying, replace these broadcasters. These guys are lame. But
I don't think that, Jack.
We do our best. And a 2-hour race, it's a long chat time. But still some good racing going on there. And, boy, it looks like Ricker's going to put Parsons down to P9.
That's something.
Ricker holding it tight on the inside. Tucked right up behind Aaron Parsons. Going to get a bit of a draft here.
If Ricker gets by Parsons, it's a sure thing. Hefner wins on points.
Parsons on the outside, Ricker on the inside. Parsons way wide. Boy, I was able to hang on to that position though. But Ricker's going to have another run here.
Right.
And we know that team has got that, as you said, they've worked out the Ferrari pretty good. And here he goes.
Parsons guards the inside perfectly there.
Yeah, and boy, fighting for that position big time late in the race with only 4 laps left to go. Oh man, and in behind them is Ian Joliker. Now a little farther up, Brad Maris is now pressing Jesse Olsen, so some late action in the race here.
Right, yeah, we do. Oh, it's Sean Ricker. Makes a mistake there, and Parsons gets by. So Parsons holding on to keeping 8th there, and actually Jolicoeur gets by. So Ricker with his work cut out for him.
Now, I think we saw this before, Ricker in behind Ian Jolicoeur.
Yeah, absolutely, and he got by, but it took him a while.
Yeah, you know, and Sean does not have a while, if you know what I mean.
No, he doesn't.
There's only 3 laps left to go. So some great racing going on. You know, Hefner out in front by 3 seconds over John Ludden. Kirkbride in third, Olsen in fourth, but Olsen now being hounded by Brad Maris. Oh boy, and Salem Montgomery's caught up to Brad Maris and Jesse Olsen, so a late charge by everybody here. Ricker going on the outside of Jolicoeur. Jolicoeur on the inside, Ricker on the outside. Side-by-side action here. Jolicoeur, late break. Whoa. Hefner coming around to finish is lap 60. 2 laps left in this race.
Oh, a little bump there between Ricker and Jolicoeur. Moving further up, I'm going to watch Brad Myers here as he's going to try and go for 4th place.
Yeah, he's caught up to Jesse Olsen.
Yeah, both teammates in purple helmets in the action late in the race.
Well, it's going to be very interesting. I definitely don't want to see anything happen there between Brad Maris and Jesse Olsen.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going by Greg there.
Greg Myers throws the anchor out, lets them by. And there's one guy who, you know he's going to be clean, but you know he's going to come close. You know, Jesse knows that Brad's going to come as close as he possibly can and make as clean a pass as possible. So a lot of pressure on Jesse Olsen right now.
Yeah.
And similarly,
yeah, look at Salem.
Salem Montgomery, who we know has
Just
got pace, is right in behind these two.
Just caught up to these guys. So yeah, right here at the end, we are going to figure out who gets to keep 4th place. And by the way, if any of these guys have an incident and crash out, and Parsons goes by, it's his championship. So
absolutely. Boy, Brad is in tight there. Is he in close enough for a draft? Again, you know, I mentioned it a couple of times. I am super surprised at the speed that they're getting out of that Ferrari.
Yep. Yeah, I am too. Because it wasn't there earlier in the season. I'm not even totally sure it was there 2 weeks ago.
Well, you know, it was, I guess. They just found it.
Yeah.
You know, most guys will tell you, you know, there's probably only, you know, a second or a little bit more to be had out of setup, but these guys sure found it and put it to good use late in the season there. Brad Maris on the outside. So Hefner out in front. Ludden in second. Ludden's got him in sight, but he's about 3 seconds back. 13 seconds back is Hefner's teammate Kevin Kirkbride, Jesse Olsen, Maris, and Montgomery fighting for that P4 position. Al Merriman Great finish in P7 right now. And lagging farther behind is Aaron Parsons in P8.
Yep.
So Hefner has gone by the start finish. They're on the final lap.
So Salem Montgomery Jr. Surely desperate to make a pass here. He's on the soft tire, but it's kind of on the end of the soft tire, I guess.
Yeah, you know, definitely not with the times. You know, the last 4 laps for Montgomery. Now he has got traffic in front of him, but the last 4 laps, you know, he's 1 to 2 seconds off his normal pace. So
yeah, he's matching the pace of these guys in front of him. So I wonder if he's not able to pass.
Well, with being off a couple of seconds, I mean, if he had a couple of seconds, he should have been by them, you know, at some point in the track. But obviously, these guys, Olsen and Maris, are doing a great job, you know, getting good exit speed out of the corners and keeping the lines tight.
Turning 205 before he got up to 1. We'll see an attempt. Let's see, excuse me, not Kirkbride, what am I thinking? Hefner, about 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds left in his lap. John Ludden still lapping P2, about 2.5 seconds behind. Kirkbride looks like he's going to finish in 3rd place. Jesse Olsen trying to hang on to 4th, and that's the battle we're watching here. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Jesse Olsen, Brad Marys, and Salem Montgomery Jr. on that soft tire on the 3-stop strategy. That's Al Merriman in 7th place, Aaron Parsons in 8th place, Ian Jolicor in 9th place, and then Hefner is just finished in 1st. So great job by him. Ludden finishing P2, Kirkbride finishing P3, as I said, and then Olsen's hanging on to it, Brad's hanging on to it, and Sam Montgomery Jr. is finishing P6. Al Merriman will finish 7th, and that leaves 8th for Aaron Parsons.
Well, I do believe Hefner has taken the championship. Yeah. We may be wrong.
I think you're right.
But I think we're right, and we're going to bring him up right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mr. Hefner,
yeah.
Do you copy?
I read you.
What a drive.
Whew. Feels good. First team championship. How does the individual shake out? I don't know. Yeah.
You know, we've been having the algorithm problem of the season up here trying to figure it out, but we think we're going out on a limb here. We think you've won the driver championship as well, as you finished with more wins than Aaron Parsons. So congratulations.
More wins being the tiebreaker, by the way, because we're pretty sure you tied points.
Yeah, I think so. Kevin was saying that he thinks I got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate. Even so, it was a good season.
Yeah, I'm about 90% sure at this point. I think it's safe to say. So yeah, great season.
All right. Yeah, I felt good race there. Salem had that speed early on, and I just kind of stuck in it and hoping our strategy paid off.
Well, a great performance by your team, you know, sponsored by Morrison Lee. Super running. The Glick was a great car to watch. You guys actually put the time in, mastered it, and it shows. I mean, a clean sweep there. The only thing you didn't sweep is the competition index, which Mr. Moses has taken. So congratulations to both you and your teammate, and hopefully we're going to see you back next season to defend.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Kevin. I mean, we've had a great season, great car, great tunes every week. It's been good all around. And yes, we will be back to defend that title. You betcha.
Now, You had a spin there. Did that concern you when that happened?
Yeah, I had a couple mumblings under my breath after that happened. I just had to regain myself and get back to it. So, whew, I was sweating there for a little bit after that.
Well, again, thanks, Zach. You and your teammate, Captain Kirk, have made a great addition to NAGP. We got to thank you for the season.
Yeah, we should talk to Kevin too. Drivers team championship.
Yeah, bring that guy on up here.
I'm moving him now.
Yeah, I guess.
Captain Kirk, are you there?
Sorry. Yeah, what it is.
Congratulations, driver championship, team championship. My God, what's next? The only thing you missed is the competition index. What's left for you guys?
I think we're going to Disneyland. And then after that, I'm not sure. I guess we're going to soak up some rays, see Mickey, get a hug, take some pictures, and figure it out after that. Come back next season.
Well, let me know what hotel you're in. I'll join you.
Probably going to be a Motel 6. I'm on a budget, but we'll get an Uber over to the park and have some fun.
Well, you can come visit me at the Hilton then. I'm not going to the Motel 6. But, again, great drives this season, guys. It's been really entertaining. Thanks. I want to thank you and all the drivers out there on Thursday night for being so entertaining for Jake and I to be allowed to broadcast for you people. And can't wait till next season starts.
Yeah, thanks for all your time. Appreciate it. Congrats to Zach, and yeah, it's great job by him sticking through it, kind of behind in the points all season, and then getting it at the end. So congrats to Zach. Great job,
thanks, teammate.
What happened there? Did you run into Ricker or something?
No, I just after. I don't really know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't because you had the
car. Everybody's getting a toy car. You know, we're going to Disneyland. It's all good. No worries.
No, I was just curious. But no, great run. That was fantastic. Good to watch too.
Yeah, got to give a shout out to Al and everybody, all the organizers, NAGP's. It's awesome. It's great.
Yep.
And you guys.
Oh. Yep. Thank you everybody that puts in their time. Yep.
Jack,
thank you very much. Oh,
Jack just moved himself out of the channel. Yep.
Come on back, Jack. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of these guys.
All right.
All right, Jake. There you go. Hey, you know what? Just before we leave, folks, I know it's an extended version tonight. I'm going to bring Al up here.
Oh.
Al, do you copy?
Not here.
Oh, Jesus. I'm having my troubles here. I'm going to try him again.
Did Chris Moses win competition?
Al, do you copy? You're on the broadcast, just a tail end. Any final words about this Thursday night season?
Well, it was super competitive. It was one of the best we run probably ever since we moved to AC. So it was great. It's good to see a nice battle there at the end, but it was tough for Parsons to overcome that ballast deficit. So, but yeah, congrats to Hef and his teammate Kirk Bradford won the team championship. Also, Moses won the competition index. So it was good, and thank you guys for doing the broadcast. You guys do an awesome job.
Well, thanks, Al, for giving us a platform to rant and rave, a platform to race in. And I can't say enough about all the stuff you and the CC and the admins do here at NAGP. So kudos to you and your league. And hopefully we'll see you back next season, both for Monday night racing and Thursday night racing right here at NAGP.
All right, you will. Thanks, guys. My shoulders are killing me. I gotta go take a break. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. All right, you're gonna wrap it up. Join us in a couple months, I guess, on the new year. Happy 2018. Happy holidays.